So, hi Empowered. Today is the UH Day of Remembrance, so I decided that it would be most appropriate to have my first spiritual wellness video. So, I thought of spiritual wellness because the UH Day of Remembrance is to honor those who were lost during the 2016 year, those who passed away, and it's just an opportunity for the university to take a moment to reflect. So the UH Day of Remembrance is hosted by the Religion Center on campus, and the Religion Center is an interfaith building where people of faith can come together and fellowship together. And it's a beautiful place to be. The building is wonderful. It offers fabulous services. And I was just thinking about loss and grief and how to deal with that and growing up. Now, fortunately, I haven't had to deal with loss or grief to that extent, like having someone pass away, but there are different forms of grief or loss. Like there's a loss of hope, there's a loss in relationships, there's a loss of friendships, and to an extent it can be quite natural. Like you go through phases, and there are certain relationships that you mourn, there are certain phases in your life that you mourn, and that's natural. And that triggers, for a lot of people, regardless of faith, that triggers a moment of reflection and meditation, and it takes people to a deeper place, like of thinking and reflecting and like recalibrating like what this all means. So spiritual wellness is thinking about your purpose in life, and not just thinking about it, but like coming to terms with it, like discovery of like a higher power, and coming to terms with like your meaning and your values and worth and all that. Or it can be very simple as to like how you decide to conduct your life, which doesn't sound very simple. So that's why that's one of the attributes in Empower, because it's so important, it's so integral, but it's also so complicated. And I feel like that's part of the reason why those type of skills or lessons get overlooked, because it can be difficult or uncomfortable to talk about loss and how to deal with loss and how to mourn, grieve, reflect, and move on. And that's a topic that I want to cover and empower. So personally, when it comes to loss, not passing away of a close friend or relative, but loss as in like losing friends or losing hope or losing relationships, when it comes to that, it's a very reflective time for me. And obviously, like I feel deeply, like it could be sad, anger, hurt, and personally I think it's very important to validate those feelings because they are real, they are experienced, and then to talk to someone. So I have an amazing sister, and I talk to her, but to be able to identify those feelings and bring them out and come to terms with them is very, very important, at least for me, when it comes to grieving that loss. And then there's a third step. So like that's part of the healing process, but this step of like reflection and learning from that and incorporating those lessons to the next phase in your life, I think is also very, very important. So if you have any recommendations when it comes to dealing with loss, and not just the passing away of someone, but losing relationships or losing something of value to you, please share. You could even write an article about it if you want to. To learn more about Empower and what I do, please visit empowergirls.net or just comment on this video below. Thank you all for your support.